Thank you. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, right, you. My back. It is 6 p.m. on the dot. I'm in my drop top. Actually, no, I am not. I'm in my room. So, I had a dentist appointment this morning, and my tooth is giving me a freaking migraine. So, what I am going to do is simply go over one of my modules here. I did one last night, but the demonstration made it complicated for me to actually put the tools to use, I should say. So I'm just going to give a basic rundown. Again, some key points in my vulnerability scanning module, and just use a couple of the regular command line tools that we have, and then show the vulners of in-map scripting engine. So let us begin. So let's go ahead and pull up our little presentation here. Let me find it. Grab. There we go. Okay. So, what I'm going to go over is my vulnerability scanning module here. How do I get to full screen up in this joint? Really? There we go. Full screen, fool. Alright, cool. So, vulnerability scanning. What is vulnerability scanning? It's a way of identifying flaws and weaknesses in a system. Another way to think of it is like David and Goliath. So, we are a small person standing up against a large enemy, right? And we're ready for the scrap. Another way that I've learned just yesterday while I was doing this presentation of the best description of vulnerability scanning and having the correct mindset of it is not David and Goliath, but of another classic tale, story of Achilles. Achilles, which is supposed to be the invincible warrior who is killed by his weakness by getting an arrow through his heel, which was later coined as the Achilles heel. Basically, the story of Achilles goes on. His mother was when Achilles was born, his mother was told of this prophecy that her child will die at a young age. So she went, I ain't having none of that. We ain't playing that damn game. So she brought her child to this river. After trying to find ways of protecting her child, she was told, bring your baby over here. And then dip the baby like you dipping chicken in batter, right? Just like holding it right by the leg, go boink, right? But she got everything except his heel, because that's what she was holding. So every other part of his body was invulnerable except for his heel. Now, to transcribe that into vulnerability scanning, here's basically what it is. And this is how we can remix that story. Achilles, his mother, which is our target, fearful of the prophecy that her child, the company's data, or a vulnerable system that we find, will die at a young age, meaning that system will be compromised by us. So, to stop that from happening, she dunks him like a chicken leg in batter, right, into water that makes him invulnerable, but the water that makes him invulnerable is the system's security applications. So whatever they have for their firewall, if they have WAF, whatever type of code that the developers used in order to prevent you from having a successful attack on their system, anything that basically says that you should not be able to hack us. This is what the river represents, okay? And dunking the baby like a chicken leg is the company's data that they're trying so desperately to find, right? In a hacker's perspective, we see that and know that there's one truth, basically, that we have to get the heel. We have to find what that one little spot that is completely out of the ordinary, right? That one little spot is completely out of the ordinary. Where is that? Where is that one little thing, right? And how can we take that and destroy this baby, right? Well, he wasn't really a baby because he was actually a grown-ass man whooping people up and everything like that until he got shot in his heel. But basically, whooping up Achilles. How do we destroy Achilles? We don't know what his weaknesses are, so we got to find that Achilles heel, right? In order to stop him, essentially. Now, we have many methods to accomplish this. One and two is I'm not doing Nessus actually over here. Nessus or OpenVAS. They stink to high heaven. I've had nothing but problems with these two, and I've actually gotten more success just using Nmap scripting engine. And we will get into that. So I'm just going to stick with, I'll go over all of them just so I'm not missing anything and keeping you guys in the loop, right? So when it comes to the Nmap scripting engine, these are a collection of scripts that are tailored to specific vulnerabilities, right? And all these are in a folder listed as user share Nmap scripts. Hang on one second because I don't think my page is being shown. Yes, it is. All right, good. Thank God. All right. So, oops, crapsies. No, you better fix that. There we go. All right. So here is where these scripts are located at. There's a huge list, and we call on this by first using Nmap, specifying the port that we want to scan. We use the SV switch, which is to enumerate the version. Then we can use the NSE module to run a script that coincides with that port that we're scanning on. Now, there's two ways of going about it. We can either do it individually or do it in groups. And when we do it in groups, it gets very tricky at first glance. But then once I show it, it's cake. There is a database. Well, there is an application. There is a script, called Volscan. And this script pulls its data once it finds a match from numerous database files that come with this repository here from GitHub. And that is a little bit dirty because you just get everything that all the database files has. So trying to narrow it down gets it's an incredibly easy fix, and I'll definitely show that when we get to the lab part just for this bad boy. Next up is going to be Nessus. Nessus is a commercial vulnerability scanner that is made by Tenable. This works a couple different ways. We have to first download the application from this URL here. On a little bit higher towards the top of the page, there's be a yellow box to get an activation key. There we'll put in our first and last name and our email. Then Nessus will provide us with a key to activate and install Nessus on our system. Now, this only allows us to scan a maximum of 16 IP addresses. If we want to use more, as well as in the commercial version, we're only allowed a select amount of modules, which in reality, we only need one or two. Because we have a basic network scan, which is the only one that we'll really use. And then there's one of web application testing, which requires, in order for it to work, credentials to whatever application that you're running those tests on. Now, if you want to use the professional Nessus, yeah, it's going to put a dent in your pocketbook. You know what I mean? It's like, just by looking at the price, I could feel the pain in my wallet, like right now, where it just goes, ew, right? Because for 1 year of Nessus Professional, that is 3 G's. I ain't got that. So we're going to have to stick with the basic, right? One issue that makes me hate Nessus, but it might be the OS that I'm using, is after install, we get an API error. I've tried almost everything to look at how to fix that thing. I couldn't, so I just simply said, all right, I don't like you anymore, so yeah. I'm just not going to use it. Which leads us to our next one, OpenVAS, made by Greenbone. This is an open source vulnerability scanner, so we don't have to pay for it or anything like that. We don't have to really pay for it. It operates by accessing a database called NVTs, which are network vulnerability tests of multiple different types of vulnerabilities, and then it will scan that against the target, produce the results. Same thing as Nmap, not Nmap, Nessus. So the cool part about Nessus, since it's open source, it has an open source fee. Open source fee for OpenVAS. I don't know if I can say that 5 times fast. Open source, OpenVAS, open source. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. So is around the price tag of $3.93. So you ain't gotta pay for it. Other downside is that getting this thing set up is also a little bit of a hammer. Getting it on Kali Linux had little complications. Parrot OS has it by default, but I ran into numerous complications just simply getting it started, which makes no sense to me at all. What's the purpose of having OpenVAS if you can't install it? Alright, so smoke that crap. So let's take a peek at some of the vulnerability scanning tactics that I like to use. Again, we're going to be passing on the Nessus and OpenVAS. So let us begin the demo. And here we go. All right. Switch this window here. Yay. All right. Let us begin once I can actually log on to this damn thing. Okay. So, we have our window. And let us begin. We're going to need to find our target. I have a secondary VM opened up. So let's find out what our address is first. 10.0.2.0, so let's copy that. And find out where our VM is hiding at. Come on. There we go. Let's see, it might be 7. It should be 7. Yep, because it's VirtualBox there. Let's go ahead and copy this. Clear this out. Okay, So here is how this works. Let's make sure we got all the ports covered here. Pays to be thorough. And look at that. This is why I love using the -p- because on our first scan, without all ports, we simply get 80 and 3306. Since I went to scan all ports, we got this one also. So we have two different services to attack right here. HTTP, MySQL. Now, one thing that I'm going to be showing two applications, which is the Nmap scripting engine as well as Nikto, since this is on port 80. So what I'm going to do, we're going to navigate to where our Nmap NSC scripts are located at, right? User, share, Nmap scripts, okay? Let's go ahead and ls. And these are all the scripts that are in this folder here. Now, where... Son of a fork! Alright. This helps out a lot. Alright, cool. This helps because it ain't here. That means we have to go get it. Okay. Alrighty. Let the fun begin. Alright, so here is GitHub repository where this is located at. Yeah, this is 5 years ago, but I like to use it. I probably have to find newer versions. Yes, I will have to find newer versions because these are old. Duh. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and copy this into this folder right here. So we're gonna run git clone I don't think you can see my screen. No way. Let's fix that bad boy. Scroll up, you. I ain't this about something. Come on, man. Sorry, just making a little adjustment. Much better. There we go. Switch this out over here. Oh no! Go shrink up again. Put it right there. There we go. Alright. Git clone. Paste that repository or whatever it is that you want to call it. And we're going to go download it in here. Okay. And let us go to where this folder is, which is Volscan, right? So ls into here. Make it look a little bit cleaner. All right. So these CSV files are database files that list all the vulnerabilities that each one of these possess that are tied to port services, basically like looking at GitHub, right? And this will just text vomit everything that each one of these things have. All right, so a way to fix this, I always make a backup folder. You find out in a second. So let us take our target, and let's do one thing first. Let's utilize the NSC to show what we can start with first. Let's do HTTP vulnerabilities, right? How we would call it. Nmap, select our port 80, enumerate the version, because when we enumerate the version, this will be ran through each one of these to see if it finds a match, and it'll print the match out. This is why we have to be, this is why like it has to be this specific when we're using this right here, right? So, gonna call the NSC right here, which is -- script equals. Now, we have two ways of doing this. Either we can do it by itself, which we could just pick one, right? And copy and paste that like this. Or we can do a wildcard. Now for here, highly against doing that with just HTTP. Because how we can do that is we can put it in a wildcard and it'll go with everything that has HTTP dash, not HTTPS because there's no dash there, but it'll go through everything that has HTTP dash there. So to fix that, we just do HTTP vuln dash wildcard, put in our IP, and then this will run every HTTP vuln script against port 80 after the service is enumerated to find what matches, and it'll give us the response, which nothing matched. Therefore, is not. Therefore, these scripts do not work. So, the vuln scan works similar to that, and we're going to call that. Actually, hold on. We have to actually copy this out first. So, where is my dang old file? Which is right here. So, we're going to copy full scan and map scripts. Okay. So when we go back, we hit ls, vuln scan's there, and it's right here. So when we call this here, it'll pull everything down from all those database files, right? And provide us with its results. So we're just going to go vol, right, there's no n. Everything on port 80. Let's just keep it on port 80, right? Just for issues and giggles. Okay, looks like so you ain't doing that. Oh, duh, because HTTP's in the way. All right, cool. So now we should get something. Okay, so now it's going through everything. Taking its sweet time there. Okay, now we got our results. And as we see, this is a lot. So as we see here, it pulled, it gave us just a dump of everything. From the from this CSV file, this CSV file, everything here, everything from security focus, everything from here, everything from here. So this is a lot, okay? And this is a lot to take in. So the best way to clean this up is to, let me just bring it up from in here just to make it more convenient, right? So I'm just going to go to my file system, user, share. Where's the dang ins? There we go. Scripts. Go to our vol scan here, backup folder. Now let's see which one has more useful information. So, security tracker, you can suck it. And open VOS, you can too. So let's take that. Security tracker, take your ass in there. What else? What else is Garbaggio? ExploitDB is always a good one to always have in their security focus. You can focus in this folder right here. All right, what's next? What else is gobbledygook? Let's see. This one we can keep because it has good CVEs in it. Obviously they're old, so I'm obviously going to need a new one of these. What's this one? This is Volscan, right? Let's see what that is. No. Hang on. Where's X-Force? X-Force, did you have anything? There we go. You ain't have jack. Well, yeah, you ain't have it. Let's take X-Force. X-Force your way into that folder. So now, if we ran it again, same thing. We would get a little bit more cleaner results because we would only be getting results from the database files that we have in the folder right now. So as we see here, no findings. let's see, we could put that OSVDB, throw it out with the water. Okay. So this says no findings. Why? Because it's not in the same folder that the script file is in. Same thing for the OpenVOS. We're not getting any of those results. We're only getting exploit DB, not getting anything from here, nothing from here. And then we're getting this one right here. All right, cool. This is from our regular VoneScan script right here, so we keep that there. So, all right, this looks a lot cleaner. So we have these here. We can look these up, no problem, in exploit DB. And then on top of that, we have these CVEs that we can research and use against a target that way. NICTO. NICTO is a vulnerability scanner. That's going to be the next one. That is strictly HTTP only. That's not going to do anything as far as services and ports on anything else other than just port 80 or whatever port that has HTTP on it. So how we do that, we simply call up NICTO, we do -host, we put in the IP address of that host, which is, when I get that, go ahead and copy that. Now, when we run it, it'll begin running its vulnerability scanner, which is up to date against HTTP, and it will begin to present with us its security findings. We can save this output using the -output a flag and specifying the name of the file type, because we have to put the file type at the end of it, or even the location by simply putting in the path of where we want this where we want this file to be saved at. There we go. Okay. Now, as we see, it's enumerating port 80 to seeing what it has in it, to seeing what type of vulnerabilities that it could find, or what it has in it. I think I just said that twice. My bad. So we see that it's running server Apache 2.4.4.1. It's got anti-clickjacking. XSS protection header is not defined, so it might be vulnerable against XSS. What is this? No CGI directories. Do I want to update this? Obviously, the answer is yes, so why did you waste my time asking me? And these are the allowed HTTP methods that we could use. So if we were running this through burp, then we will be able to use these against it. So that is about all that I have in terms of vulnerability scanning. Definitely had a fun time redoing this, since I'm not using Nessus and OpenVOS, since they are worse than having to deliver triplets to an elephant that has IBS. So I had a fantastic time. I hope you did as well. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay updated on further content. I am Sharon. Have a great day, and I am out.